I asked if you could get the stain out.
We did the best we could, any more and you destroy the color.
Do you know how many really nice blouses I have? One. This one. And the only reason I have this one is because it was on sale, because it had a little tiny stain on it.
Yeah, and we tried our best to get it out for you, lady.
No, you made it worse. Now it's the size of Lake Michigan.
Ma'am, we did our best.
Yeah? Right, well, you're gonna pay for your best, because this thing is now ruined. You owe me $72.
Oh, look, lady, I'm sorry you feel that way, but there's no way...
I'm a cop, okay? And unless you want this place gone over with a fine-tooth comb for workplace violations...
No. I'll be happy to do your order over again. We'll get the stain out once and for all, or I will gladly pay for it.
See there? That's all I'm looking for. A little can-do attitude.
Please don't shoot, man. Just don't shoot. Shut up. Take it off. Take it off. Shut up. On the ground. Come on. Right there. Right there.
San Francisco police, drop the gun! I said SFPD, stop! Damn it. Officer down! I need an ambulance. 1025, code 3, Minna Alley at 5th Street. Northeast corner. I got a witness. On foot, jeans, dark jacket, dark short hair.
Who's gonna help clear the table?
That's okay. I'll clean up. Now apply the same idea.
Wicked Minds premieres 9 p.m. Monday only on Lifetime.
Puppy? You about ready? Benjamin, we gotta go. Gonna be late. Hey, what are you doing?
Using the binoculars Dad gave me.
Well, I can see that, Benjamin, but come on, you're not even ready. Put your shoes on. Let's go. Come on, Ben, move it. You're gonna make me late.
You're always in a rush.
Well, that's because I have a lot of things to do in the morning.
You wouldn't be so busy if Dad was here. He can help you do stuff.
Yeah, look, please, I'm not in the mood for that, okay? Just let it go. Hey, you may not take the binoculars to school.
Why?
Because I said so.
You just don't want me to have them because Dad gave them
Hey,
to me.
Benjamin, don't be ridiculous, okay? Ben, stop it. Benjamin, Ben!
You broke them.
I'm sorry, puppy. Let me see.
You broke them on purpose.
No, I did not break them on purpose.
Yes, you did. Hate you. You're nothing but a bitch, and that's why Dad's not around anymore.
Hey, excuse me. We do not use that kind of language in this house, okay? How dare you talk to me like that?
I need someone down here from crime scene to book the weapon. Thank you. The rangemaster will issue you a temporary weapon until the investigation's over.
I did this thing by the book. The undercover officer, Gainsley, pointed his weapon at me and never identified himself as a police officer.
What you have to say will all be documented. Meanwhile, your weapon is evidence. Get yourself down to the MEs for a blood draw.
Do I look drunk to you? Do I seem drunk?
Save it, Jenny. It's protocol.
Protocol for who? A cop who's killed in self-defense? Or just one who used to drink?
Just get the blood test, Jenny. If you're clean, it'll clear you. It's not a suggestion. Rena, I want you to assist in this investigation. Pull Ronnie Gainsley's personnel file. We need his cell phone records, credit card statements, recent arrests, anything we can get our hands on, okay?
Captain, what about me? I want to do something.
You're Jenny's partner. It's contra policy. Of course, I can't stop you from finding the witness on your own.
Thank you.
We're gonna need him.
Morning, Nora. What do we got here?
Tragedy. He's just a kid, 16. He had his wallet on him. His name's Andrew Lyons.
Uniforms say who found him?
School janitor. Came out here this morning to clean up after last night's game and saw something under the bleachers.
How long has he been here?
I'd say he's been dead at least 8 to 10 hours. Probably happened before midnight.
What cause of death?
I can't be certain yet. There's a lot of bruising and more may show up later.
He wasn't beaten and robbed.
Not by anybody good at the robbing part. Give me a day or so. Autopsy report should answer a lot of questions. I heard his team won the game last night. I'm thinking he didn't have much time to celebrate.
1,500 students, over 400 of them in Andy's class alone. Now, half of their parents are complaining that mandatory testing prior to graduating is unfair. The other half wants to know why their kid isn't getting into Harvard.
Yeah, well, it's a tough job.
But somebody's got to do it, right? Here we go. Andy Lyons. History of attitude problems, disrupting classes, pushing some of the other kids around.
Did you speak to him?
No, but there's a report from one of our counselors here. Andy insisted that people were simply trying to get him into trouble. Nothing was his fault. You know, we hear that a lot.
Yeah, so do we.
So what about his friends?
I have no idea who Andy's friends were, but I'll be happy to ask around, though.
Well, what about his parents? Did anyone ever call them about his behavior?
Apparently, I did. I'm sorry, I don't. Remember, obviously, I spoke to them, and they said they would talk to Andy about his behavior. I assume they did. Look, I'm sorry. I couldn't be more helpful, like I said, with all these students.
Hey, you okay?
I killed a fellow officer before I had a chance to finish my morning coffee. How do you think I feel?
I just can't believe this happened.
And what part can't you believe? The part where another cop tried to kill me, or the part where I was sober enough to know it?
Oh, wait a minute, Jenny. I'm on your side, okay? I've been watching you the last few months. I know how hard it's been for you. I know you weren't drunk when this went down.
I'm sorry. You know, the way the captain ordered me to get a blood test, and the way everyone else around here is looking at me like I did something wrong.
I know, Jen. Listen, I'm not making any excuses for them, okay? But you gotta remember that most of the cops around here saw you drunk a lot longer than they saw you sober.
Oh, so what? I'm marked for life?
No. But you're still gonna have to walk through a lot of crap before they see you like I do.
It was a clean shoot, Meg. I saved a man's life today.
I know you did. I'm gonna find that witness, and I'm gonna prove that you did exactly what you had to do.
So, Principal Hurt told us Andy had a few problems with some of the teachers and the other students?
We talked to him about it. It didn't seem to be very serious, just normal teenage rebellion, in my opinion.
I'm sure this was an accident. If you knew Andy, who would want to hurt our son?
Did he go to all the football games?
Yes, he was a big football fan.
Though he couldn't make the team, he would still go to all the games just to cheer them on.
That's the kind of person he was. He supported the team even though they didn't want him. He was so loyal. He never thought of himself first.
Do you have any idea what friends he went to the game with last night?
Last night,
Well, he
I'm not
didn't
sure.
run around with any particular group of guys.
But he had a lot of friends.
Of course he did. There was Rory, Mitchell, Jack.
Josh Costa, he's captain of the football team.
Right, of course, Josh. So many.
He was a very popular boy, Inspector.
I'm sure that he was. Josh, we have some questions for you about the death of Andy Lyons.
Andy Lyons was a jerk.
So you two never hung together?
Not since 6th grade.
What'd you do to your arms?
I banged him up in the game last night.
Sure worn J-pads. What position do you play?
Quarterback.
That's a safety. What is it about quarterbacks and cheerleaders, man? If I was a couple inches taller, I had about 20 more pounds in high school.
Still wouldn't have helped. We'll try not to keep you from your fans any longer than necessary.
It's no problem.
Okay, just so I understand, though, there was a time when you and Andy Lyons were buddies?
We were never that close, but he was okay. And we were on the same little league team. We split a paper route. Until freshman year, you could talk to him at least.
What happened freshman year?
He became this complete punk. He's always in fights, dressing weird, doing way too many drugs. And he never missed a football game. Know why? Because he liked to cheer against the team. You believe that? He actually rooted against his own team.
Did you hear anything about what happened to Andy after the game last night?
It's all over campus. He got killed. And honestly, nobody's crying about it.
Sorry to interrupt. I have Mr. Bruce.
That'll be all now, Josh. Thanks for your time.
Sure.
Rory Kyle missed his last period today because of a dentist appointment. This is his home number.
Thank you. Mitchell, I'm Inspector DiLorenzo.
How you doing? I'm Inspector Basso. We just want to ask you a couple questions about your friend, Andy Lyons.
My friend.
That's what Andy Lyons' parents said.
Andy kicked my ass on a regular basis. I'd write his term papers and give him money just to try to get him to leave me alone.
Yeah, we heard that Andy was hassling some kids.
The guy who killed him's a hero.
Any idea who that guy is?
I don't know for sure, but Rory Kyle's telling everyone that he did it.
Hey, you okay?
No, I'm a lot of things. Okay isn't one of them.
Listen, Ginny, you just hit a rough spot right now. Take it easy and this'll blow over.
Yeah, sure.
Have you talked to management control yet?
No, I still have that to look forward to.
You'll be fine. Just remember, keep your cool.
You saying I got a problem keeping my cool? Is that it?
No, I'm saying that those management control guys are gonna rattle your cage and make you mad. And yeah, you've had a short fuse since the day
You
you've
know
been
what?
born.
Forget it. Just forget it. Thank you very much. This is something I did not need. Thanks.
When you can't change the past,
I'm sick of lying about it. Well, what do you want to do?
it's about the choices that come next.
My mom's making me pretend like this never happened.
Mom at 16, 9 p.m. tomorrow night, only on Lifetime.
You know you want them! New Honey Bunches of Old cereal bars!
If you don't have time to sit down and eat a bowl of cereal, take the bar with you. You got it on the go.
Because trucks don't have bowl holders. The only thing they could do to make it better is to add fruit. Big chunks of fruit. And they do that over there. Banana nut.
Oatmeal raisin and cranberry almond.
Put it in your pocket.
Eat them on a train.
I keep a box in the truck.
Eat them on a plane. They've got as much calcium as an 8-ounce glass of milk.
Because you can't put milk in your pocket. It's like Honey Bunches of Oats to go.
It's the cereal bars you'd make if you made cereal.
You're gonna love them.
Get everything you need for spring at Pier 1. Life more interesting.
It's time to end your relationship. With department store prices,
Come to the Burlington Coat Factory Easter Savings Event. Everything up to 60% off. We've got the greatest selection of the latest top quality designer fashions for the whole family. From suits and dresses to everything for Easter. Because happiness means never having to pay department store prices. Burlington Coat Factory. Love labels? You'll love our prices.
Take me home, yeah, to my family. I need to be surrounded by the ones who
An irresistible combination of Tide Clean and a touch of Downy's softness and freshness. Introducing new Tide with a touch of Downy.
This is what an asthma attack sounds like. At the American Lung Association, we know that millions of people who think they have their asthma under control have a good chance of having a serious attack. If you have asthma, please take the asthma control test. 5 simple questions. Go to asthmacontrol.com or call. Share your results with your doctor. The Asthma Control Test. It can help you better control your asthma before it controls you.
Lifetime. Television for women.
Are you overweight because you can't take stimulant-based diet pills? If you have high blood pressure, trouble sleeping at night, or just can't stand the jitters, you need Provactin, the first diet pill that delivers stimulant-free fat loss. That's Provactin. In a double-blind clinical trial, Provactin's patented core compound reduced diet fatigue, dramatically increased energy, and produced twice as much fat loss as diet and exercise alone. 193% more fat loss, to be exact. So if you're overweight and finally want to get rid of excess body fat but can't take stimulants, science has given you a second chance. Provactin, clinically proven stimulant-free fat loss. Provactin, it's safe, it's stimulant-free, and it works.
Call in the next 15 minutes and find out how you can receive a 1-month supply of Provactin absolutely free. Call 1-800-767-9452. That's 1-800-767-9452.
If being a beautiful princess married to a Hollywood hunk is your idea of a fairy tale, think again.
This is going to be a royal mess.
I Married a Princess premieres Monday, April 18th at 8.
Forget the fairy tale.
Rory, I'd like to remind you that you have been Mirandized. You've given up your right to an attorney, and your parents have agreed. If at any point you should wish to have an attorney present, this interview will stop.
Okay. Can we start now?
We'd just like to clear up some rumors we've been hearing about what happened to Andy Lyons after the football game the other night.
Sure. I killed him. I was the guy Andy always pushed around whenever he felt like it. You know, the guy whose backpack got thrown out a window or head got pushed in a toilet. My street clothes were hanging in my locker once during gym class, and Andy went over there and peed on them.
Why didn't you tell a counselor or the principal?
You know, I never understood why adults ask kids that question. Because we know better. Worst case scenario, he's sent to juvie, then when he gets out...
If no one in authority knows that this kind of thing is happening, then no one can do anything about it.
You can't do anything about them. You have no idea what school's like now. Anyway, after the game, Andy cornered me. Dragged me underneath the bleachers. He made me get down on my hands and knees. He tried to make me bark like a dog in front of my friends.
What'd you do?
Took him off guard. Punched him in the stomach as hard as I could. He just went down. I guess I just wanted to get him back, you know? Look, I didn't want him to die or anything, okay? Just to feel like he made me feel.
Sergeant Gainsley's phone records. He called one number 4 times before showing up to that alley. Got 2 calls back from the same number.
Our witness?
Could be. There's also some talk that Gainsley's cover wasn't so much of a cover anymore. He busted a couple of guys a few months back. When it went to trial, 9 out of 10 kilos tested negative. The coke had been replaced by Bisquick. Now, they couldn't pin it on Gainsley, but all fingers pointed in his direction.
Well, we need something more solid.
Well, I'm on it, unofficially, of course.
So, what else?
You know, Captain, I don't want to bother you. I know you're busy and everything.
No, anytime. Door's open.
Well, I guess you also know what it's like to be a working single mom.
Ah, yeah. Have a little experience with that.
Yeah. Did Amanda ever blame you for her dad not being around?
Oh, please. She blamed me for everything. Goes with the territory.
Yeah. Did you feel guilty about that?
Yeah. But, you know, pretty soon you figure out that that kind of guilt just doesn't serve any purpose.
Right.
You know? Why? I've been acting out?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he, called me the B word and blames me for driving his father away and said that he hated me. I mean, you know, I understand why he said it, but it still hurts.
Sure. I remember when Amanda first said it to me. These kids really know how to push our buttons.
Well, I better get on that witness. Thank you, Captain.
Sure. Yeah, I do. Ben loves you very much. Don't worry. This too shall pass.
Thank you very much.
Ginny. Hey, I heard about what happened.
What do you want, Teddy? Can't be here for a friendly chat because I know we're not friends.
I'm here because I'm working the Andy Lyons case. And because I want to help.
You want to help me?
Yeah. You located the witness?
We don't even have a name.
Well, give me a description. I may know him.
Latino, young, scrawny, probably does 2 bags a day. Looks like every other junkie in the city, but thanks for asking.
Hey, Jen, hey, come on. You're gonna get through this.
Yeah, that's what they tell me.
You are a good cop. Everyone here knows it. You just go into that hearing and you tell them exactly what you saw, what you knew would happen if you didn't act, and you stick to it no matter what.
I did this thing by the book. Do you believe me?
Hey, people perceive things in different ways. I mean, you had, what, a second to make that decision? I've never been on the street. Who made a judge?
Didn't answer my question.
Yeah, I believe you.
Well, that's 2 votes anyway.
Hey, Jen, if you need...
You know, Kate, the coffee in this division is undrinkable.
Yeah, you feed the bears the good stuff, they keep coming back.
I read Exted's report. Anything new to add to it?
Not yet.
I've heard you've been sniffing around about Sergeant Gainsley.
Department gossip. Nothing solid.
You'll keep me in the loop.
You'll be the first to know.
A word of advice, Kate. I know you want to save Inspector Exted, but you can't win this one by putting Gainsley on trial.
Doesn't that depend on what we find out? What he was doing in the alley?
If Exted overreacted, if she escalated a situation that could have been dealt with in a non-lethal way, she's off the street.
Good to know that you're keeping an open mind.
Gainsley was no angel, I'll give you that. This could be my opportunity to get rid of 2 bad cops.
No way Andy Lyons was killed by a gut punch. Official cause of death was a blow to the left temple, which caused a cranial fracture and cerebral hemorrhage.
Could a little guy cause that kind of damage with a lucky punch?
A little guy could bench press me with 1 arm. You need some muscle and weight behind it. How can you even eat that?
I bite and chew without actually looking at the sandwich. That's my key.
If you need anything else, I live to serve.
Thanks.
Okay, so Rory's not our guy who's taking credit for murder he didn't commit.
I guess he just wanted to be the big man on campus.
Well, his 15 minutes of fame are over. We need to go back to Mr. and Mrs. Lyons. I can't believe they didn't know what was going on with their own kid.
Hey, that meat is brow.
What I can't see will not hurt me.
Sergeant Kearney, Management Control. You know why you're here, right, Inspector? We're looking into the events resulting in the death of Sergeant Gainsley. DC Haysbert is here representing the Shooting Review Board. Now, according to your report, your day started at the Ogden Dry Cleaners. We spoke to the owner who said that you got extremely angry because of a stain on your blouse.
That didn't have anything to do with what happened in the alley.
Your altercation with the owner and volatile behavior at the cleaner speaks to the state of mind you were in when you ran into that alley.
I ran down the alley because I heard someone yell for help. When I got down there, I saw one man getting ready to shoot another man who was already down.
The man holding the gun was Sergeant Gainsley?
Yes. But I didn't know that at the time. He didn't identify himself as a police officer.
But you did?
Yes.
And you're sure Sergeant Gainsley heard you?
Yes.
Is it possible that he didn't hear you? Is it possible that all he saw was a woman with a gun in her hand, pointed in his direction, running toward him? Is it possible that his reaction was simply a self-defense reflex?
No. He was gonna kill that guy.
That guy wasn't in fact down, was he? He was on his knees with his back to Sergeant Gainsley.
That's what I meant.
But not what you said.
It's in my report. Read it again.
Sergeant Gainsley was an undercover narcotics officer. How do you know you didn't interfere with his making a drug arrest?
Because he had his gun out, not his cuffs.
2 more seconds and he might have.
2 more milliseconds, I'd have been dead.
We know that you've been in rehab, Inspector. Were you sober on the morning of the incident?
I have been sober since the day I checked into rehab.
You've also been extremely volatile and angry since you've gotten out.
My life and someone else's was on the line. It was a clean shoot. But apparently all you care about is digging around my past to find something to use against me. Are we done?
Hey, Benjamin? What do you say we go to Pizza Palace and have some pizza for dinner tonight, huh?
I'm doing my homework.
I know, sweetie, but we haven't gone out to eat in a long time. Mommy will help you with your homework when we get back, okay?
I just want to do my homework, okay? And leave.
Hey, I said I was sorry about the binoculars, okay? I'll buy you another pair. Well, you just gonna keep punishing me about this, huh? How long are you gonna carry on with it?
Forever.
Forever.
Best friends? Best friends. Look who thinks she's all that. Oh, I'm a slut. There's plenty of room over there. Slut. Freaking loser. Poor.
What if you try not to take it so personal?
Mom, it is personal.
Lisa Vidal.
I'm her mother. I'm supposed to be able to fix everything.
Alexa Vega.
You cannot walk away from this.
Odd Girl Out premieres at 9 Monday night, April 4th, only on Lifetime.
So, what do you think?
In the time it takes to take out the trash, you could save hundreds on car insurance. Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Let's get campy!
New clothes are fun.
But they won't save you money on car insurance.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Why haven't you called Geico?
Nothing was more important than treating my depression.
And with once daily Wellbutrin XL, I feel like me again.
And I have to say, it's nice that there's a low risk of sexual side effects.
Wellbutrin XL effectively treats depression with a low risk of sexual side effects.
It feels great to enjoy being around people again.
Wellbutrin XL is not for everyone. There is a risk of seizure with Wellbutrin XL, so don't use if you've had a seizure or eating disorder, or if you abruptly stop using alcohol or sedatives. Don't take with MAOIs or medicines that contain bupropion. With the nicotine patch or alone, there is a risk of increased blood pressure, sometimes severe. To reduce risk of serious side effects, tell your doctor if you have liver or kidney problems. Anyone taking Wellbutrin XL should call their doctor right away if they have unusual changes in mood or behavior or thoughts of suicide. Antidepressants increase these thoughts or behaviors in children and teens.
Once daily Wellbutrin XL really helped me.
It works for my depression with a low risk of sexual side effects.
Ask your doctor about once daily Wellbutrin XL.
Well, I think his muscles are growing, but protein doesn't just grow on trees around here.
Well, she's not shy about eating, but fiber, it just isn't her thing.
She's growing like a weed. Oh, I hope her bones are getting enough calcium.
Concerned about your children's growth? Introducing Tiger Power cereal with the protein, fiber, and calcium growing children need. In a lightly sweet, whole grain cereal.
She loves it.
Whole grain Tiger Power from Kellogg's.
Great for growth. Ah,
Almost
there. Uh-oh. Here comes your migraine.
Getting in between you and your life, disrupting everything. A total migraine with pain, nausea, sensitivity to light and sound. But why let it take over your life when you could target your total migraine with Imitrex? You can take Imitrex at the first sign of migraine pain. It targets the nerves and blood vessels that are believed to trigger migraine for the relief you need without drowsiness. Imitrex is not right for everyone or every migraine. If you have certain types of heart or blood vessel disease or uncontrolled blood pressure, you shouldn't take Imitrex. Very rarely, certain people, even some without heart disease, have had serious heart-related problems. So talk to your doctor, especially if you have risk factors for heart disease, such as smoking, high blood pressure, or high cholesterol, or if you're pregnant, nursing, or taking medication. Don't let a migraine disrupt your life. Ask your doctor if Imitrex is right for you. Target your total migraine and get back to your life with Imitrex.
Research shows 3 to 4 servings a day of dairy calcium, like Dan Light and Fit, helps your body's fat-burning machinery so you can lose weight and be a lean, mean, fat-burning machine. Eat light and fit, be light and fit. In original and carb control.
Zoom on into Rentway now for low sale rental rates on an RCA 52-inch big screen TV and big savings on 4 Ashley 7-piece living room sets. And enter to win one of 12 motorcycles during our Harley-Davidson giveaway. Check your mailbox for your Rentway flyer this week.
Benjamin, it's time to wake up, sweetie. Come on. Ben? Benjamin, come on, baby. Come. Benjamin? 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 Benjamin! Went to be with Dad? Benjamin!
You're saying my son was a bully?
He was the victim, inspectors. We understand that he was the victim and we're trying to find his killer. We're just asking if you remember anyone he may have had an altercation with who wanted to get even with him.
Andy does not have an enemy in the world.
I know that this is very difficult, but that's not what we've heard.
We have testimony from half a dozen students at his school detailing his aggressive behavior.
Lies. Lies. Andy was a big kid, powerful, and he knew how to protect himself. If he ever hurt anyone, I guarantee you it was in self-defense.
He was quiet. He spent most of his time alone in his room. He kept his headphones on so he wouldn't bother us with his music.
We gave him his space. We didn't intrude. Not the way my mother and father did with me. Understand?
Starting to?
When I was growing up, I didn't even have a door on my bedroom. Everything I did, they stuck their noses into. And nothing I ever did was right in their eyes.
We didn't want to make the same mistake.
And we didn't. We raised a fine young man. And now you are trying to blame him for his own death? I find that really despicable. Let's go.
They had no idea who their child was.
You know, when I was a kid, and my dad would discipline me, take away my car or ground me or whatever, he'd always say, I'm doing this because I love you. And I think, no, you're not. You're doing this because you hate me. I know better now.
They referred to discipline him. They wanted to give him his space. I don't know. Maybe it would have worked with some kids.
Not with Andy.
I don't know, Mom. He probably left at some point this morning. No, la nota solo dijo que iba a buscar a Gabe. Mom, please, I've got every cop in the city looking for him, okay? Are you kidding me? What do you think? Aguántate. What?
Finally got a hold of the bartender at Gabe's club.
And was Ben there?
Yes, he was around 5 a.m.
Oh, thank God. Was he okay?
He's fine. He asked where Gabe was. Bartender told him that Gabe was playing at a club called the Mint in San Jose tonight.
What? Did he get...
Yes, he gave him the address.
Oh, my God, what an idiot! How do you give an 8-year-old child an address in San Jose?
I don't know.
Mom, aguántate. Here. Oh,
Okay.
Hold on. Thank you.
Go ahead.
Thank you. Mommy, can I call you back? It's voicemail. It doesn't open till 4 o'clock.
All right, don't worry about it. We're gonna find him. He's gonna be okay.
I've got the bus driver on the phone.
Well, he took a bus?
Yes, an express to San Jose.
Jeez. Hello? Yes. Do you remember seeing my son? What time?
CHP, this is Rayna Washington with Central Station.
This is Inspector Eckstead. I need to speak to the desk sergeant. San Jose PD, it's an emergency.
Right. Was he okay? He did.
I need a CHP officer for an escort to San Jose.
Okay, I mean, sir, I don't understand. He's a little boy. Didn't you even ask?
What time? Well, how fast can you get here?
You did? Okay. Well, when and where did he exit, sir?
Great. Appreciate your help. Thanks.
Oh, thank you so much, sir. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. He got off the bus 30 minutes ago at the Santa Clara Street exit, and the bus driver remembers him because he has directions to the club. Apparently, there were a lot of kids on the bus. He didn't even know Benjamin was by himself.
All right. In 5 minutes, we're going to have every cop in San Jose out looking for him. Do you have a picture that Rayna can send out?
Yeah. Rayna, here, use this one over here.
Okay, thanks very much. Okay. CHP is meeting you downstairs to drive you to San Jose. Magda, don't worry. I will get this out.
Thank you,
Don't
Rayna.
worry.
We'll update you by phone if we have to.
All right. Thank you so
All
much.
right. Okay, honey, go. Just go.
I told Rory the evidence was beginning to prove he didn't kill Andy Lyons, but he's sticking to his story and not backing down.
Words perjury, obstruction of justice, or aiding and abetting come up?
Not yet.
He's covering for someone?
Maybe. He said his big fight with Andy was in front of some friends, so we brought one of his friends, Josh, in for questioning.
Josh, just for the record, you are represented by counsel, and you do have the right to remain silent.
That's what he told me, but I want to talk. I have to get this off my chest. I can't sleep at night. I can't eat.
Okay. Want to tell us what happened that night after the game?
I was heading to my car when I saw something going on underneath the bleachers. I went over to check it out, and I saw Andy beating up on Rory. Rory was sobbing and trying to get away, so I told Andy to let him go and try me on for size.
And?
Andy couldn't wait. He was swinging before I was done talking.
What'd you do?
I took a lot of punches. I didn't want to get into it with him. He was totally psycho.
Did you throw any punches?
A couple. Nothing slowed him down, though. He kept coming at me until...
Until what?
Until I hit him on the side of the head and he went down. I didn't know I killed him. I didn't mean to. It was an accident, right?
What do you need?
Well, I was working with Mags on the Gaisley case, and the number Sergeant Gaisley was calling was to a payphone inside of a bar a few blocks from the alley. Return calls were made from the same phone.
So the dealer set up his office there.
And I'm guessing he's our witness. We just have to put in an order to him.
Give it to Vice.
Cat, we can do this.
You already set up the deal, didn't you? Make sure you have plenty of backup.
There's not a lot to talk about as far as I'm concerned. Josh Costa admitted to having administered the blow that killed Andy Lyons.
But he was trying to save Rory Kyle and get them both out of a dangerous situation.
Well, he could have called security, he could have called 911, he could have tried to run for help, but he didn't. He chose to get into a physical altercation with Andy Lyons.
Come on, Josh didn't throw the first punch here. His arms are covered with defensive bruises.
Yeah, but 4/4 of football causes bruises, too.
Josh's punch was not intended to kill Andy Lyons. Andy attacked him in a rage. He only threw it in self-defense.
Well, I appreciate the sentiment, but Josh Costa has stated for the record that he did not like Andy Lyons. I'm still looking at premeditation.
Look, we have 3 witnesses that say that this fight just happened.
Yeah, but 2 of your witnesses have already lied. And your third witness, Rory Kyle, he's still insisting that he's the guy that committed the crime. Undoubtedly to cover up for the guy he really did.
Well, why would somebody say that unless the person that they're covering up for say they're lying?
Well, ask him to get back to me. Guys, I'm sorry, but I have a responsibility to the family of the deceased. Their son is dead, and they want someone held responsible. So do I.
We just talk to Josh. We just listen to what he has to say.
We're just asking for 10 minutes. A good kid's entire future is worth at least that, don't you think?
All right, let's go.
Thank you.
Gabe! Oh, my God.
Listen, he's here. He's upstairs.
Where
he's
is
fine.
he?
He's upstairs. He's sleeping, okay? Come on, siéntate. Siéntate. All right, I checked him head to toe. He's all right. Just exhausted.
I checked him last night at around midnight, and he was fast asleep. How could he do this, Gabe? Get up at dawn and take a bus?
Kids, they run away, Magda.
I don't understand. We had a fight. He said I was a bitch and that he hated me.
Come on, he doesn't hate you. Hey, and I'm sure he doesn't even know what a bitch is.
He blames me for us not being together.
It's okay. It's gonna be okay.
No. It's not okay, Gabe. I should have never yelled at you and said that you didn't deserve to be a father. You're a great father.
Thank you for saying that, Mag.
It's just not that easy for me to trust you again, you know? When you didn't show up, I just... It brought back all those times that I sat by that phone and waited for it to ring and for you to call me and tell me that you made a big mistake and that you wanted me and the baby.
I'm so sorry. You know, I can't take back what I did.
No, I'm sorry, Gabe. I need to see you for how you are now. I mean, I shouldn't have shut you out. I shouldn't have pushed you out. I wasn't thinking about Benjamin. I wasn't thinking about what was right for my son.
Our son.
Yeah, our son. I want him to be our son again. I really do. You know, Ben's not the only one that misses you and wants you.
The trouble with dry skin is that it just keeps coming back. Introducing a whole new body lotion from Olay. Olay Quench. Its Olay moisture breaks the cycle of dry skin, quenching to repair skin. There's no boomerang in this body lotion. New Olay Quench. Love the skin you're in.
What did you have for dinner?
I had a deep-fried onion ring loaf. I had wild salmon with whole wheat orzo pasta, spinach, and carrots, and a savory basil sauce. It was one of those new whole grain spa meals from Lean Cuisine.
New whole grain spa cuisine.
What is Priya? The snack for every part of you. With as much calcium as a glass of milk, soy protein for your muscles, and chocolate to keep you very happy. 110-calorie Priya and Priya Carb Select from Power Bar. Be great.
Hello? Remember me? I'm Digger, the dermatophyte, your nail infection. You may have tried to get me with these over-the-counter surface treatments, but I live deep under your nails. I made myself at home down here, and I'm not leaving. I may even spread out to other nails. I mean, would you look at this view?
If you have thick, discolored, or flaky nails, over-the-counter surface treatments might not reach the infection. That's why you should ask your doctor about prescription-only Lamisil tablets. Unlike surface treatments, Lamisil is a pill that works through the bloodstream to target and attack the infection at its source, under the nail. In fact, you may start to see clearer, healthier nails in just 3 months. Lamisil isn't for people with liver or kidney problems. In rare cases, serious side effects in the liver or serious skin reactions have occurred, so your doctor may do a simple blood test. Other side effects, including headache, diarrhea, indigestion, and rash, were generally mild. Ask your doctor about Lamisil. It could be your solution. Once daily Lamisil tablets. Get your nail infection where it grows.
Research shows 3 to 4 servings a day of dairy calcium, like Dan and Light and Fit, helps your body's fat-burning machinery so you can lose weight and be a lean, mean, fat-burning machine. Eat light and fit, be light and fit. An original and carb control.
Lifetime. Television for women.
Hey, I'm Jimmy.
I'm Terry.
I'm John.
My name is Kelly.
And I'm one of Earthlink's 2,000 employees.
I'm your internet service provider.
Your ISP. I am not a giant server in an air-conditioned room. I'm a person. I'm a living, breathing, hardworking internet person.
Just like you.
I'm watching out for you on the internet 24/7. We've created spam blocker,
Virus blocker.
spyware blocker,
Scam blocker.
pop-up blocker.
If there's a problem, we create a blocker for it. We're here to protect and serve you.
Free blocking tools, free protection features. That's Earthlink High Speed. Right now, get the first 6 months of Earthlink High Speed for just $19.95 a month.
We're serving up high-speed internet access that goes up to 70 times faster than dial-up. This is one of 2,000 brains. 2,000
2,000 Earthlink brains.
helping to protect you.
2,000 brains working for you.
more speed, more security. Call 800-332-5575 or visit these retailers. Get 6 months of Earthlink High Speed for only $19.95 a month.
We love our jobs. We love what we do, and we enjoy it.
Have a nice internet, everybody.
Earthlink, we revolve around you.
Lifetime's celebrating a brand new reality show, I Married a Princess. A Hollywood hunk weds a beautiful princess.
Forget the fairy tale.
Now they're trying to raise a normal, happy family.
This is gonna be a royal mess.
But you could live happily ever after. Go to LifetimeTV.com and enter our Treat My Family Like Royalty sweepstakes. Your chance to win $5,000, a big screen TV from My Sony, and a family vacation to the Disneyland Resort, celebrating 50 years of theme park magic. Live like royalty. Enter now.
Josh, this is Assistant District Attorney Blumenthal.
Hi. Got yourself into quite a situation.
I guess.
We're just going to go over everything again for 88 Blumenthal. Is that okay?
So, you played 4 quarters of football the night you and Andy got in this fight, right?
Yeah.
You must have been pretty tired.
Yeah, I was so tired I could barely lift my arms and move my legs to get to my car. All I really wanted to do was go home and go to bed.
Now, did you see something under the bleachers, something going on that made you go over there?
I saw somebody moving around, and when I got closer, I heard somebody crying.
Okay, now when you got on the scene, when you got under the bleachers, what did you see?
At first, I saw 2 guys, Mitchell and Ed, backing away real fast. And then, when I got closer, I saw Andy Lyons and Rory Kyle.
Were they talking?
No. Rory was on his hands and knees in front of Andy, and Andy had his foot on the top of Rory's head and neck. Andy was forcing Rory's head into the ground.
He was just holding Rory there?
No. Andy was making Rory eat dog crap.
You actually saw that?
Yeah. Yeah, and I heard Andy say, "You're nothing but a dog," and everybody knows that dogs love to eat their own crap. Rory was crying and choking and trying to breathe.
Why didn't Rory just try to get out of there, run away?
Andy wouldn't let him. Rory couldn't even throw up. Andy kept putting his hand over Rory's mouth and nose so he'd have to swallow or he'd suffocate.
Why didn't Rory tell us the truth earlier?
Would you admit that you couldn't stop somebody from making you eat dog crap?
Why didn't you call campus security or the police when you heard this was going on?
It wasn't time. I mean, all I could think was if I didn't get Rory out of there fast, he was gonna choke and die.
So you didn't step in because you thought that this would be an easy way to settle the score with Andy?
Andy and I didn't like each other, but we didn't hang around each other either. So we didn't have any old scores to settle. You guys probably see a lot of this kind of thing. But I've never... How could somebody do this to another person?
Andy must have been embarrassed to have you intervene like that. Was he mad?
He was psycho.
Did you throw the first punch?
No. No, Andy threw a bunch before I had a chance to do anything. And eventually, I threw a couple just to get Andy to back off me.
So if you hadn't punched him to get him off you, he would have hurt you?
No. He would have killed me.
Thanks. Appreciate it, Dean. Yeah, it's all right.
Dean,
Even more beautiful than your description.
you got something for me?
Yeah. First I believe in socializing a little bit before we
Officer
get
Washington, San Francisco Police Department. Come here, Dean. Just want to talk to you. Just want to talk. Look, Dean, here's the situation. You gonna tell me what went down in that alley day before yesterday?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, well, Sergeant Gainsley called you 4 times, and you returned 2 calls. So you go to meet him in an alley and what, try to rip him off?
Rip him off? Sergeant Gainsley was a junkie. He was ripping me off in the alley. Yeah. Got tired of paying for his stuff, said the badge was better than cash. Man, he was way past his feeding time. You know what I'm saying? He would have killed me, that chick cop didn't come running. She any slower on the draw, we'd both be dead.
Inspector, I have some news you'll want to hear. You've been cleared in the Sergeant Gainsley shooting. Your eyewitness corroborated your account, and your blood work verified your assertion that you were sober.
Is that it?
You're captain, and a lot of other people went out on a limb for you on this. I wasn't one of them.
Big surprise.
And I won't be surprised when you finally blow it. As far as I'm concerned, you're just a fatality waiting to happen. And when it does, I'll be there. I can't wait to walk you out the door.
Hey. Heard you got cleared. That's great.
Yeah, it's great.
Look, Jim, I know that this inquiry and the investigation were hard, but it's over now, okay?
Is it? I gotta go.
Okay.
Gainsley was a low-life dirtbag, and I did what I had to do. I had no choice.
Yeah, no, I know.
After he went down, while I was waiting for the ambulance, I put my hand on his chest. I wanted to do something, just help. It was too late. He was already gone.
Jenny.
I killed someone. Doesn't matter if I didn't have a choice. I still killed someone. Cop.
That's the song you love, Mom. The one you used to sing with Dad.
Yeah. Hey, I thought you were sleeping.
Sing it for me now, Mom.
Oh, puppy, I don't want to sing right now.
Come on, Mom, please.
I'm crazy, crazy for feeling so blue. I knew you'd love me as long as you wanted. And then someday you leave me for somebody new. You're here late. Yeah, I had a meeting.
Minister? Teeth?
It looks green.
It's green. Green tea. It's good for you.
I didn't know you were into all that herbal stuff.
A lot you don't know about me.
Look, I want to thank you for supporting me through all of this.
Well, you deserved it. You saved someone's life. Saved your own life as well.
I didn't mean just for the past few days. I meant through all of this. Thanks for supporting me.
You're welcome.
I'm gonna call it a day. This ever get any easier?
What? The job or life in general?
Both.
You know the answer to that one.
Yeah, I'm afraid I do. Good night, Cal.
Good night, Jim.
What would happen if you discovered that one of your own classmates was pregnant?
From Lifetime Original Movies.
I'm sick of lying about it. Well, what do you want to do?
When you can't change the past,
He's your baby, isn't he?
it's about the choices that come next.
You think you can do this all by yourself? I don't need you.
Mercedes Rule, Jane Krakowski, and Danielle Panabaker.
This is the hardest thing I will ever do.
Mom at 16, a Lifetime Original Movie. 9 p.m. tomorrow night, only on Lifetime.
Well,